In Europe and in the United Kingdom where I'm from, the age of consent is 16, and I did sleep with a 16-year-old when I
What?
was 30. But when I was 30,
30? Boy, I sound like Goofy when I said that. Yuck. As you can see, man, Russell Brand admits to sleeping with a 16-year-old at the age of 30 years old, man. That's 16 years, 16-year age gap, man. If you don't know who Russell Brand is, he used to be like a movie actor, comedy mostly, and then like he became like a content creator, as in like talking about stuff more like in a political atmosphere, I believe. I could be wrong. I think that is it. He did that. He would get like a lot of views from his videos. He's been in like different controversy, and this is new. This is new controversy right here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are getting on him about this, man.
was a very different person. I was a lot younger, and I was an immature 30-year-old. Consensual sex, actually, with a variety of people, when there is a strong power differential, as there is when you're a famous man that has the ability to attract women that I had at that time, I think involves exploitation. I think it is exploitative. I recognize that my sexual conduct in the past was selfish, and I did not apply enough consideration, barely any, I suppose, really, to how that sex was affecting other people.
I will say this, he said it was exploitive. He probably feels like he exploited that girl, right? And maybe he did, whatever. I mean, he's saying it low-key, right? But he didn't literally say out his mouth, I exploited the young lady who was 16 at the time. I'm not gonna lie, right? A lot of people will say, oh, that's grooming, and possibly so, right? But I'm not gonna cap. It's a lot of fast young people, young kids, teenagers are fast, right? I've seen clips of young women who look like they about 17 on there, right? On TikTok or whatever, and then they'll be like, age ain't nothing but a number. Oh, I like older. Y'all need to whoop y'all kids, bro. Y'all need to ground y'all kids. This go for dudes as well too, because we already know there's a different stigma when it comes to men versus women, especially girls versus boys, right? As in like when there's a boy and he has a relationship with a teacher, right? Overall, of course, she's going to get backlash on the internet from women or men or whoever, right? But we know how that stigma is, right? They're going to be like, oh, I see you, boy, I see y'all, that was me. But when it's an older man and a younger woman, it's like, oh my God, right? That's a little interesting. And as I get older, I'll be like, they should be treated fairly. They should be treated fairly, right? You should get on the guys as well, the young boys who be like, age ain't nothing but a number, messing with a grown woman, right? We got to keep this same energy, right? But again, I've seen younger girls in particular try to go after older guys. They've tried, right? I work at a high school. There have been students in this high school who have tried to like talk to me. Like, young lady, I work here. I'm finna go tell your teacher, stop. They'll ask me if I'm a student. Hey, you a student? No ma'am, young lady. But I get it because I'm carrying a backpack around, you know what I'm saying? I got regular clothes on. Okay, cool. Keep it moving. I don't play that, bro. Yes, these guys who take it far with these young girls, they should be held accountable. But these young girls should be held accountable as well. And these young men. There's a lot of women who will say men are very predatory. Women can be as well. Do you know how many women, of late at least, who've been getting exposed for sleeping with their students? Matter of fact, in this same state, not too far, like in a different city, I believe, there was a woman teacher who had something with a student in my state, probably like 15 minutes away from me. I'm seeing more and more women who are older getting caught and getting exposed, sleeping with minors, sleeping with students. So for all y'all weird, fake, extreme feminists who just hate men, keep this same energy with these women. Let's look at these comments real quick. This is not okay. This is disgraceful. That's actually not okay. I believe he knows this. I think he's kind of like admitting like he's in a different place and he is not okay with what he did. The comments are crazy. Yes. Regardless, that's not okay. Look at that, man. She shouldn't have been on Justin Bieber like that. Like I just said, keep the same energy. If you're going to keep the same energy with him, keep the same energy with somebody like a Katy Perry. Not saying that she was in the wrong here, but like, let it be so for real. If him at the time, even though he already admitted what he did, if he was in the picture with a young lady, he would have got backlash. Let's be so for real. This is the thing, right? A lot of people, especially in America, are going to say, like the comments, that's not okay. Is it morally not okay? Because as you can see for the UK, they think it's probably okay, at least legally okay. And I would assume they think it's morally okay.
There's a difference between legality and morality. Like it's legal for Russell Brand to jump in bed with a 16-year-old, but morally, that doesn't sit right with me. It got me wondering, when did we decide as a nation that the age of consent should be 16? I'll give you a hint. It's been more than 100 years. So the age of consent was written into law in 1885, and since then, we've decided to enact laws to enable women to be able to vote. We've also decided that they should be paid fairly. But stopping old men from jumping into bed with little girls, now that's a step too far. Personally, I feel like the laws of the day should reflect the morality of the time. Are we still saying in 100 years that we haven't changed and we still think it's alright for grown men to be jumping into bed with little girls? There's a difference between legality and morality.
This is a tough one because me personally, as a 30-year-old man, if I was 30 years old, I would not be talking to no little 16-year-old. Me as a 27-year-old right now, I've had difficulty talking to people who are 3-4 years younger than me. 22-year-old, 21-year-old. What the freak? If I can't deal with a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, what makes you think I'm finna deal with a 16-year-old at 30 years old? If I was 30. You know how childish people in their 20s, their early 20s are? If I'm 27, and if I deal with these girls who are like 20 or 21 or whatever, never again. They lack emotional intelligence, right? Although people who are older can lack emotional intelligence as well, I would rather deal with that and take my chance than deal with somebody who's younger. Because like, it seems like every time almost that I've dealt with a girl who was a little younger, 20, 21, whatever, they're childish as hell. And I'm cool off that. But for some people, like people probably in the UK, they probably think that's okay. Not saying everybody over there think that's okay, but it's the age of consent. This is crazy, man. I really want to hear everybody's thoughts. If this get views, I want to hear y'all thoughts, bro, because this is strange. So in the clip, of course, like you already saw, he said he was a different person, right? Everybody's going to judge him, of course. We judge everybody all the time. I judge people all the time, I'm not going to lie. Some people would say, whether it's on social media or in person, hey, people shouldn't judge people. You don't know what people go through, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, you get judged at an interview. If you go into a job trying to get a job, you're going to get judged, right? If somebody approach you, you're judging them depending on how they look physically or what they're saying to you, right? You're going to judge them off their characteristics or whatever, right? You judge people every single day, right? And depending on what's going on in the circumstances, if somebody is putting business out in the public eye, right? Whether it's morally wrong or you keep making the same mistakes over and over, you don't think people have the right to say something about that? You're goofy. And some people will say, no, nobody has the right to say any, it's the internet. People have the right to have an opinion about what you put on the internet. And even this situation right here, I bring that up to say, everybody's judging them. You see the comments and all this stuff, right? But what have you done, though? It's probably a lot of y'all who've done crazy stuff, not saying like this, but people love judging people and trying to condemn them and like be like, oh, that's it, that's that. But you have dirty secrets as well. A lot of people out there have dirty secrets that they will never probably tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? But as a 30-year-old talking to a freak, oh my God, 30 years old talking to a freaking 16-year-old? No, 30 years old smashing a 16-year-old? It's just like, at least in America, we've been taught that's like morally wrong and everything. It's been legally wrong, right? This ain't medieval times or back in the day where grown men used to marry young girls or little boys and girls used to get married at young ages or whatever the case was going on back in the day. This is not those times. You know? There's certain things back in the day that we want to keep back in the day. Alright? But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and touch on that real quick and give my 2 cents, ramble a little bit. What y'all think, man? Leave it down below. Leave comments down below. Like the video, subscribe. On to the next.